When you started having your children, where were they born and how were they delivered? Do you have any stories about giving birth to your children
My children were all born at home.
at home?
None of them cost us over $35.
Bonnie, I paid the doctor off in 35 with dimes.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
no.
With dimes?
With dimes.
Wow. You saved dimes?
I saved dimes when I knew I was pregnant and said we had.
When I got ready to come to California, see, I come out ahead of during the war, and about an hour before I was to get in the car to come with the people that I could rode out with, she said, well, don't blame me for being running around, I think I'm pregnant. And she was pregnant with Bonnie, and she was born that February, that week.
Well, I had my house prepared to have Larry at home, but I didn't get to do that. They took me to the hospital and pulled him.
So were Connie and Terry then born at the house then?
Connie was normal birth, and of course, Terry, they took him cesarean.
Terry, wasn't he born in the hospital?
Terry,
In
yeah.
those days, they didn't take them cesarean.
Yeah. Yeah.
And babe, did Terry have to have a transfusion when he was?
Oh yeah, his blood had to change. I think Todd donated the blood, didn't you?
Yes.
That's because you're Rh negative, or?
I thought I was type O.
Well, but that
Type O goes up.
That
Go
matches.
either positive or negative.
And the day that Larry was born, they took him into the operating room. I got to go in with her. And they had her laid so far apart. It was a pretty sight.
Well, you would spend about 12 hours at home trying to have it.
Todd says they took it as torment, you know. Oh, well, supposed to be that good one. I'll get 2 on my
Mom, how about when you gave birth?
I laid in labor with Linda for 36 hours, and the doctor came in and says, sis, we're either going to have to take a cesarean or with instruments. And I remembered with Larry, he had this horrible scar right here where they used an instrument. And I saw, I want cesarean. Well, the doctor told us that it was a good thing that we did because the good Lord had seen to it. Because if they'd have taken you with instruments, why you would have choked you to death, and I would have more or less hemorrhaged. So after having you cesarean, I had to have Cindy cesarean also. And we both were in the hospital. And both of them in the hospital. You were in Santa Ana Community, and Cindy was in Fullerton Community.
And Margaret, when you gave birth to Judy, what?
I was in Santa Ana Community. They
Yeah.
took her at 8 months because I didn't have any more room for her. She wasn't that big, but I'm built kind of upside down.
And Dad, tell us about the boys when the boys were born.
Oh, I do like to remember Dick. Dick was born at Todd and Lori's place. He beat the doctor. So Doc done pretty good.
As a midwife.
There, not quite.
Gary Larson was born in our house. In our house.
Yeah.
Aren't they close together?
We figured that.
And
I believe so. I don't really remember.
Was it Butch born at Totten Lori's too?
No, it was Leonard and Burns. We was in town, and it felt like, I guess he was going to be born, so we, and this is in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Snow, blizzard, it was bad. So we went back out there, went to Leonard's, that's when they lived north of Harlan.
Yeah. Oh,
Up
yeah.
by
Yeah.
Toward the Defiance, out in the Boobies. So then we called up the doctor when we got there, and we told him that we'd meet him, or he could come as far as he could in the car, and we'd meet him with a team of horses in a wagon. This was in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
and that's what we done.
Yeah.
And meeting that, like Lori said, $35 all it cost us. And he went that far to deliver him. Dennis, he was born in the hospital. Not
We're
too,
lucky to have.
not too good a shape.
You know, I had to go through with Terry. Now, look what it would cost, God's sake.
Wasn't Terry the first baby in Orange County to have that transfusion?
He was the first baby that the doctor even had. And the doctor said that they found out about this during the war.
Oh, yeah, Art.
And then,
If Dennis would've had it, we wouldn't have had so much trouble.
and then when Terry was so high and was roller skating, I was out there at the rink and Dr. Mays was there. We got to talking to me about it. And he said, you've done the right thing. He says, if we'd have changed, see what they done, they take out blood in and put some in. And he said, had we done that all at once, he said he'd been a handicap of some kind.
That's because he had Dot's blood.
Talking about that. He was bragging so much about our daughter.
Yeah.
Well, the doctor couldn't take it, so he died. After he delivered her.
That's right, he did.
Oh.
Dr. John Ball performed my cesarean.
He
Died at
was
4 o'clock that
the
afternoon.
last baby delivered.
He was the last baby he delivered.
I'm not gonna go again.
He just couldn't stand it.
Okay, we were talking about having babies at home. Does someone want to share about the baby that died in your family? Can you tell about that? What happened?
I don't know nothing about it.
Are you talking about our brother?
Yes.
Well, the way that I understand it is that all of us kids were born at home. And this baby that was lost, evidently, you know, mother was quite sick all through her life.
Uh-huh.
And this baby was too big to come. The doctor from Harlem was out, and he told that he says, I can't save both of them. And he asked Dad, he says, which one should, Dad had to make the decision which one was to go, and he says, well, save the mother. So he had to go, there was 5 doctors in Harlem, and he had to call all those doctors out. And they all examined mother and all agreed that one of them, the other had to go. So they took the baby and they crushed his head before he was born in order for her to have that baby. Now that's the way that I understood what happened.
Yeah.
Well, it was either, if they hadn't done that, they'd have lost both of them, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
How could they,
Couldn't do cesarean.
Well, both of them probably would have gone.
yeah.